the clouds, I say, seeing the sky seem to tear and part as I say, as this strange Pokemon or strange creature. That's a good question. Does anyone recognize this? Pokemon education check.
Ooh.
I'd be surprised if I did. No.
I feel like we did this last time, but okay.
Oh, haha! I made the best roll.
I was trying to remember if you guys like, was there a Pokemon education check to know this Pokemon, know what this one is?
I'm just glad I didn't Snake Eyes.
It looks like I've been beaten. Greg has the best roll.
Say lots of snow, no. Let's see. All right. Jay, at best, has, I must say, you have, I must say, you have heard tales of a Pokemon like this. I must say, as far as Sid and Lattice go, this looks like some sort of alien creature, preceded by these large-headed creatures, large head, tiny body, roughly around about 2 to 3 feet tall. This large tentacle-armed alien. It for Jay, you have heard, and I'll say you've heard tales of the possibility of Pokemon coming from outer space. It's a little fairly, I must say, by your account, it's a fairly recent thing. I must say, fairly recent tales of some sort of otherworldly looking Pokemon that has visited. Seems to be kind of scouring the planet looking for something in the past, but more or less unable to find it, and then disappearing. Sightings of it usually being attributed by some people as the same people who say that they see this are the same type of people who say that they saw Ho-Oh. Most people like, yeah, sure you did.
I swear I did.
Well, you see,
So,
Yeah, just like your girlfriend back in Sinner, right? and she only goes to Hoenn whenever we come around, yeah.
I can cheat because I know this bitch has been in the show and the movies, and I know this worked. I can point a Pokedex at it.
Really?
It worked in the show and the movies. It didn't have a lot, but at least had a name.
Oh no, it's just I can't remember what it was, but I'm just more like, hey, they did it. Cool.
Oh yeah, it's Deoxys.
Yeah. As like, Tristan knows what it is, but, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't. I remember it was like, oh yeah, that's Deoxys, some weird thing. But I forgot. I didn't remember that they did the Pokédex.
It's Ash Ketchum. He Pokedexes everything, even things he's already caught.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
okay.
Oh, that looks.
All right. So you're about it.
Yep, and the Martians.
Okay. I'm gonna say you will. I'm gonna say you will get a. I'm gonna say you will get this. I'm gonna say you will get very sparse information in regards to this. This Pokemon, in loose terms, is referred to as Deoxys, a virus type Pokemon.
Never heard of that one before.
I'm sorry. It's not a virus type.
Sorry, my mind just
I'm sorry,
like
dude.
the Digimon.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we changed genres there.
Did I hear virus?
You did, which is not a type. That's why I'm like, bullshit. This ain't Digimon.
I'll say it is not a virus type, but when I'll say in one of the write-ups for it in the actual Pokédex in the game, it is I'll say that's not its actual type. Its type is psychic, but in the thing it says it is a virus type Pokemon.
What's that
It's
mean?
I don't because it's essentially, without fully explaining it, Deoxys is a walking strand of DNA. I'm gonna say it's a walking strand of DNA, and part of the mythos behind it is that it's simply one strand of DNA of a far larger creature.
Huh.
So that this thing is supposed to be the micro. It's speculated to believe that Deoxys is actually like the microscopic fragment of DNA of a creature that is far beyond measure of size.
Oh, great. Tyranids. The Great Maw, great. Just great.
I'm about to say that was part of the Pokemon mythos. I mean, I doubt they're actually going to introduce a Pokemon the size of the galaxy, but
let us get into space. We'll see.
I mean, I'm fairly certain you're not going to be able to catch a Pokemon the size of a galaxy.
Size matters not to a Pokeball.
There's a certain amount of energy a Pokeball can hold.
We haven't found it yet.
No, I thought you needed the giant Pokeball for the giant Gengar.
Only in the comic. You catch fucking, Lovecraftian creature Cthulhu in a normal Pokeball in Sword and Shield.
Ah.
You can catch Gigantamax Pokemon with a normal Pokeball in Sword and Shield.
Ah, okay. Good point.
Size matters not when you are converting it to energy anyway.
Doesn't energy take up space, though?
No!
Well, this is Pokemon. What's a TM?
I'm gonna hand wave something bullshit, but you'll never be able to call it out without destroying the universe. It will infinitely stay in its Pokeball, because the moment that you throw it on the field, the planet's gonna collapse under its gravitational pull.
Nintendo finds a way.
It crushed the stadium. I guess you win. Yay.
Wait, what was that bullshit?
Hey, if you can fight with fucking kaiju in England and not crush the stadium, I think they'll figure it out.
I just been thinking about the thing of, if they fall asleep or aren't able to battle, they lose. That's some bullshit.
So, I'll say, you will get a somewhat more reading on this thing. I'll say, Elgium, a psychic type Pokemon. It is believed to be able to the ability of its brain is thought to be capable of being able to compute things and reason 4 times faster than a human.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
They will start to land all throughout the the people will kind of recoil in terror. The Pokemon kind of, I'll say the Pokemon appear to also be rather afraid. They do not appear to be attacking. They just all seem to kind of be landing. What are you guys doing?
Well, I mean, if they're gonna be chill, then I don't see why we can't be chill. Should I go say hi?
I will. I wanna. I wanna see if I can get a read on. The virus type Pokemon up north over there.
I say, do we?
You don't have too long because it is actually floating down towards here.
So should I try talking to their leader, or? Well, no, it's a legendary. You can probably talk to us without me doing this.
What I'm wanting to do is I want to do something that actually is probably like what Triss would do. I want to essentially make an insight check on it to kind of get a read on
Any other character would make an insight check. This one doesn't have to, because if I connect, I just know everything.
You immediately understand their sense.
What I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to try to get a sense of its attitude, whether it's we are unto ants, or I have a particular aggression, or I don't even know what this is, it needs to go away. You know, just some kind of sense like that.
Okay. Feel free to roll intuition or insight. Whatever.
You immediately get one thought. Gentlemen, beings, yes? You see this town? Yes? I don't want to. Understood.
Okay. Intuition. Good, sir. This creature, it is definitely here with a purpose. It is irritated. I'll say it is irritated. Seems focused.
Okay.
It seems determined. It does not seem to hold any sort of hostility towards you or towards anyone here. The only one I must say, when it lands, it does, as it is passing, it does look at the statue of Red and the statue of the Pikachu with what looks to be, as best as you can tell, a sincere amount of disdain.
Oh god. Oh god. Red pissed off planet Pokemon. It decided to break a piece of itself off and go fuck this guy.
It also,
let's remember they
what was that?
You broke up. We weren't sure what you said.
Oh, sorry. Check 1 2.
Much better.
Let's not forget, Red is only supposedly one of many who have stopped this before. So, and apparently they were the last one to do so.
I'll say Savior one was Lucario. Savior 2 was Unknown. Savior 3 was Red. And there's you.
Yeah. So you might be right that Red did something absolutely terrible to pass them off. So
I'll say could just be pissed that he beat him.
Well, why don't we ask?
How about you do? You do? Oh.
I'll say okay. As he floats closer to you, you will you attempt to channel. You attempt to channel, and as you are doing so,
normally I'd have to roll, but since my default is higher than the DC,
yeah, as you do so, you will feel your channeling kind of be redirected and then connect with him. You sense, I must say,
Goddamn NordVPN.
I must say, I must say, as you are channeling, you can sense, I must say, due to your training, there's something that you are now sensing, and you I must say something felt a little strange during your training, but now you kind of pick it up now that you're using it on something from outside of this village that has entered in. Your channeling seems to be directed through this I'll say through the giant stone that is inside the temple.
Okay.
And I'll say you reach into it, you reach toward to reach his mind, and as you are doing so, you seem to meet in the middle, as if this creature was actually about to attempt to try and reach out and talk to you all.
Yep, called it.
Um, um, it will look towards you, Jay. So, it was like so it was like you were not here the last time that I was. Who are you?
Well, I'm Jay. This is my partner, Silent Ron. And,
He is looking. He is looking around. He seems to specifically be taking note of your crew.
I assume if he's doing that, everyone can hear him, so...
Yeah, everyone can hear him.
So, other people are free to introduce themselves.
I'll oh, that's just the channel feature. Gotcha. I'll look over to well, it's been a bit. I believe Sid is
Yep.
Greg. That's your character.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Let us look over to Sid for a moment, like trying to hide his nervousness that is obviously there facing this this thing, but he will turn his attention after we went back to it, and he'll call out just under the strange thought that maybe it's actually listening versus probably doing mind reading, unless I can identify it as some form of telepathy.
You can hear it in your head, but it also sounds as if
It's echoing everywhere.
you can hear it everywhere, but it's reverberating inside of your head.
Okay. In that case, let us only slightly slightly project. I'm Lattice Oberos. I see that you have brought a number of friends with you.
My servants are here. My servants are here in order to help me.
What is it that that this place has that you seek?
Many years ago. Many years ago, my treasure fell to this planet, and I have come to reclaim it.
What would reclaiming such a thing do to those that inhabit this place?
That is not my concern.
That doesn't answer the question.
It
It
seems,
kind of is our concern.
yes, it seems to be of concern enough that you've been presumably rebuffed before.
It is, I'll say, it is because they have taken that which is mine and are using it for their own needs. It belongs to me. That is reason enough for me to. That is enough reason for it to be returned to me.
Yeah, we got Mike Mix right here.
Is it something you could perhaps make anew?
I do. I say we are not. I say we are not one. I say we are not one. Part with fragments of ourselves. Would you be any more willing to part with one of your limbs or one of your or a body part of yours? I am no more willing to part with this part of.
That
Question
complicates
then.
things.
How did how'd you lose it and how did they quote take it?
It must say it. He'll look at you. It's like thousands of. It was like thousands of years ago. It was like thousands of years ago. Must say thousands of years ago. Our essence was struck in such a way that fragments of us broke off, and fragments of us broke off and scattered across. I'm not saying scattered across the galaxy. Several of those fragments landed on this world. I will admit that most of those fragments, their size was insignificant enough to not be missed. Although this chunk, this large piece right here, is very noticeable to be missed. I must say that very noticeable that we are missing. Make a intuition check, Jay. Since you figured it out earlier, since you figured out what the stone was earlier, make an intuition check.
Intuition.
Intuition.
I assume this is not an intuition related to reading this thing's mind, since I in theory know everything.
No, it does not. I must say, to it. It makes. I must say,
this is actual deduction.
Yeah, this is actual you putting two and two together from something. I must say, because what he interprets it as and what you interpret it as are two different things. Okay. You have seen megastones before, correct?
I believe so.
I mean, Tristan has.
Yes, Tristan has.
Yes. Okay. You are aware of the pattern on the front of them, correct?
I don't have it ingrained in memory, but I'm aware there is a pattern. I thought the pattern was related to the Pokemon it was connected to, right?
The pattern on the front resembles a bit of a helix.
Okay, so it's not individual to the species of Pokemon it's connected to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I must say all Mega Evolution stones
Have the same symbol.
little
Got it.
partial helix on it. He is. I must say the stone in here is basically a giant Mega Evolution stone. Him saying that fragments of the collective's essence have been struck. I must say the essence that he comes from has been struck, and fragments of them went across the galaxy, and several of them ended up landing on Earth. Putting two and two together, you realize that megastones are fragments of the Deoxys whole.
Okay. So he wants his Megastones back.
He wants the large obvious missing fragment of him back. I'm gonna say him saying that these other fragments of him, if he's saying that this large one is a fragment of him and it has a symbol, and you've seen and heard of other megastones, you are safe to assume that the other megastones that he said this happened thousands of years ago, and people kind of discovered megastones like buried and just kind of found places. So I'm gonna say. It's not uncommon considering that the moonstone also crashed here from Earth and affects Pokemon, that these stones also came from outer space and seem to, I'm gonna say, interaction with the energy that whatever this Pokemon gives off has the ability to mega evolve certain species of them. He particular wants this piece back because it is, from what he is claiming, a large portion of it.
Okay, and that same Megastone is probably what's also allowing Lucario to remain Megad.
Yes, it is.
So, just so I'm... So, like, Jay, look around. So, just so I'm clear, you want your giant plot rock back. Lucario doesn't want to give you your giant plot rock back because he likes being super powered.
This entire village doesn't want to part with it because all they've known is the rock.
And nobody has bothered asking what's going on before to just realize that you just want your thing back, and you'll look back at Lucario. Aside from you getting powered down, is there a reason we don't want to give him back the rock?
We have. I'll say he's going. He is going to look. It was like without this. We have no means by which to protect ourselves. How do we know that if he takes it, he will simply not come back?
Well, given how channeling works, and I know his intentions, emotions, and motivations, is he a bad guy, or does he just want his stuff back?
Your general sense that he has is that I'm gonna say you're channeling motivations. Okay, this started off his first time was coming to collect, but I'm gonna say when he came to collect, he more or less kind of came with an invasion force. I'm gonna say he came with an invasion force to pretty much take it back because he saw that it was being held by people. Mm. And he interpreted that as, I'm going to need to go and get it back. For lack of a better term, you kind of get a less destructive Galactus mentality from him.
Okay, so you didn't bother telling them that this belongs to you and asking nicely. You just showed up in force. You guys saw him show up in force and reacted, as one would normally react when, an entire gang of things starts falling from the sky trying to take your, what you perceive as your stuff.
You are noticing this is a massive misunderstanding, and neither side, I'll say, after three calamities now, and the first time Lucario fought them off, the second time they were fought off, and the third time Red basically beat the shit out of them and sent them off. So, by now,
I'll have a question then that may not be related then.
Mm-hmm.
Why does this place, does that stone thing that you want, not have anything to do with why time is weird here?
Well, you see, there's this whole thing about, gravity and time, and it's a really heavy rock.
Because I've just been nodding my head and smiling, because otherwise I don't want to think about it. Man, I think the head will hurt.
He's going to say, Rhea's gonna look at him. You think that you can come back here He's like, you think that you can come back here after over 1,000 years and try and take this back? You are sorely mistaken. He will say, Deoxys will look at her. He was like, he will look at her. He's like, it has not been 1,000 years. I've spent the past 5 years in space, I'll say regrouping and gathering more troops to come here.
Yeah, this is what Sid was talking about. Time passes differently here. It's been 5 years for you, 1,000 years for them.
And I want to know if the two, what's that word? It starts with like a C or an S. When things like connected together, but it's a fancier word.
Coincidence?
No. It sounds like coral. I don't know. Basically, if they're connected or not. Or if it's just like
is the piece of you affecting the passage of time here?
Yeah, that.
He will say no. It was like the presence. It was like the presence of one of the. He will say the presence of one of the old ones is what tampers with the time here.
Cool. We're standing on Great Cthulhu. Got it.
I'm not gonna ask.
I'll say he was obviously some sort of disruption of the obviously some sort of disruption of one of the great dragons.
Dragon?
I presume he means dragon type Pokemon.
Yeah. He was like as with the fate of this village, he was like the dragon as with the fate of this village is none of my concern. I'm here to collect what is rightfully mine. Lucario will point at him. He was like, even if this is yours, obviously, obviously, the fate will not allow us to continue to exist afterwards. He's like, we cannot trust you. He was like, we cannot trust you with this power, with your rage. With your anger. So,
Sit, boy. You told me to trust this power I've got. Give me a second. If you get your rock back, will you not hurt these people? As this has all been a ridiculous misunderstanding that can be easily resolved assuming everybody's willing to play ball. We're Japanese, I'm allowed to make a baseball reference.
Yeah, I got a baseball bat. We can make that reference.
So he is going to look at you. He was he will look at you. He was like so every other time they fight me with every other time they combat me with force, and now on my 4th visit they actually come to me with reason. It was like you are indeed a strange. He'll look you up and down. Savior.
Well, apparently nobody else bothered to figure out how to ask, or just didn't know they could ask, because most of the saviors, to my understanding, have not had the ability to talk to Pokemon, because that's been a quote lost ability apparently. So, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to reach a compromise, because you're right. Yeah, if what you say is true, which near as I can sense that it is, because Aura, you legitimately want your thing back, and I see no reason not to give it to you. Assuming that, and these people are only afraid to give it to you because they think that they'll give it back to it's the only means of protecting them from you. So if they give it back to you, you'll just smite them because you're cranky.
I'm gonna say one of the villagers will say, but what about our holy relic?
They're kind of trying to fight you for the holy relic, so is it really holy?
Yeah, I was about to ask, what makes it holy?
It fell from the sky. It protects our village.
How?
I'm gonna say they'll all point to Lucario.
That's what I expected. Okay.
Yeah, so he protects the village.
Yeah,
Not
but
the
he's
rock.
the only one. Which I do say, like, sure, that's fine, but because he gets the power, he keeps coming back.
So
Let me ask you a different question. Okay, can I say something, Jay? If I may?
oh yeah,
Can I say something?
this is the first time you guys actually been able to hear the other side of this conversation. So yes, by all means, weigh in.
Okay. Well, okay. This is like he's saying this kind of like okay. What if say for hypothetical reason, fun reason, not pointing to Deoxys, not saying it would be true or that we're gonna try to do it, but let's say we beat them. Okay, cool.
You
They
hear
go home.
similar to a laugh come from him.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for being cheerful about this. Say we beat them all up, okay? They go home. And then they'll come back again. And again. And again. And again. Do you really want that? Or do you want the hypothetical, the pretty real chance at this moment that you give it away and you'll never have to worry about fighting them again?
Assuming he doesn't want to enact vengeance and all that, which is what I asked and we haven't gotten a response on yet.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly that thing.
The villagers kind of murmur amongst each other. You can hear them kind of say it was like, well, he does have a point. If we give him the stone, they'll go away permanently. And then, like, the other half of the villagers are like, but it doesn't matter if he goes away because the stone will continue to bring us saviors every time he arrives.
Tell you what, I'll split the difference with you. Looks over at Deoxys. You said you didn't mind, like the smaller fragments you lost, right?
I'm not saying he will say correct. They're infant. It was like they're infinitesimally smaller than I'm gonna say smaller than the great.
So
than the,
if we take a piece of this large piece of you, about the same size as those infinitesimal pieces that you're not missing, and let the villagers keep that so they still have their protector. Because he'll still be Mega, because he's connected to the rock, and if he has a piece of the rock, he'll still be Mega. But you get the rest of it back. That way everybody wins. They get to keep their protector, they feel safe. You get your rock back, so you have no reason to come back and mess with them.
Yeah, they come up with how they like a compromise.
He will hover over to you and look at. I'm gonna say he towers over you. Looking down, he's like, "You bargained with me."
I suppose that's bargaining. I was just asking a question if you were open to the idea, but yeah, I suppose that's technically bargaining.
There'll be a moment where he stares at you. You stare at him. He almost as if his mind goes blank. As you can, for a moment, you feel his mind almost seemingly leave his body. As his body continues to float there, his arms kind of like waving around slowly. You will see the light come back to the darkened holes in his head as his eyes come back. We have, he will say, we have discussed this. You will feel his mind I'll say before he starts talking, you will feel his mind race back to his body, almost as if it had left to go do something. We have come to a conclusion. Your idea. It will work for us.
Cool.
It will appease the collective.
Hear that, guys? You get to keep your protector. He gets, and and a piece of your holy relic, and he gets his thing back. Everybody wins.
I'm gonna say Lucario looks a little. I'm gonna say he looks a little skeptical, but I'm gonna say he looks a bit skeptical.
Don't give me that look. You trained me for this shit. This is exactly what you said was missing in the modern world.
Yeah.
He was like this. He was like this is he'll have a look on his face, kind of like this is true. But he was like, this is true.
You spent like 20 minutes bitching at us about how we'd forgotten everything, and then you do the exact same shit.
Well, actually, Jay, I think there's something here that we might be able to bring here, if you don't mind.
He's gonna like all this. He was like all this. He was like millennia, and he was like millennia upon millennia fighting has made me a bit jaded, I will admit.
Yeah, but also from our world, we had wars and all this stuff. We know the consequence of what. I guess, like, especially where like Lattice here comes from, like scary stuff. You gotta realize what's scary and say, nah, let's not.
Well,
Lucario will look over to. Lucario will look over to. Curia, and she will kind of. He was like as the village elder. It is he was like as the village elder. It is up to you to determine whether what happens here. I am simply the guardian. You are the leader.
Telling you, it's a good deal.
I'll say Curia will look around, and she was like, she'll look over at you, Jay, kind of give you a, are you sure about this? Look,
you asked us to save your village. This will save your village for all time, at least from this threat. I mean, other threats, who knows? But it'll save you from this, which is what you asked us to do.
And you'll still have your protector there.
Yeah, you'll keep your holy relic. It'll just, actually be able to fit in the shrine now versus taking up the entire, real estate church area, and you'll still have your protector, and...
Okay. She's gonna be like, so we don't need the whole stone in order to keep the guardian?
No, you just need a piece of it if, since it works, in theory, works like all the other megastones. In theory.
Yeah, I'm about to say she's gonna be like, there's more relics in your world?
Well, they're like the size of a fist and don't normally make, giant Lucarios, but yes, that the idea of mega evolution is not unknown to us.
I'm about to say she's gonna be like that. She was like, your world seems filled with so much wonder. Do you hear that, Guardian? There's more of you out there. She was like, there's more of you, hundreds even. I'm about to say the Guardian was like, he was like, you keep saying, he was like, if you keep saying that, and you'll make me feel like I can be replaced by anyone.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
She'll look at him. She was like, she'll like, kind of walk over here to where you are and extend her hand to him. She was like, all right, Calamity. His tendrils will extend out. His tendrils will extend out towards her and Jay. He looks as if she has extended her hand to shake it, and he seems to have extended one towards her, and also seems to be extending one towards you, Jay.
I will take the hand tentacle thing.
Okay. You both grab a hold of it. Jay, when you take a hold of it, it feels kind of strained, even though it looks smooth. When you touch it, it feels kind of prickly.
Okay.
When it touches you, it feels kind of prickly, and you could have sworn momentarily that you felt something trying to press into your skin momentarily, and then retracts back.
Okay, that's not worrisome at all.
Paranoid me is like he was trying to take a blood sample.
Yeah, or some shit, yeah.
I'm about to say he will look at you. He will look at you. It's like he was like he will say he was like Courier. He was like Courier the nuisance. We shall remember you and your kindness today. I'm about to say you'll hear Lucario kind of chuckle from that. um, I'm about to say he will look at you. He was like Jay, the final interference. You shall be remembered by the collective most of all.
Cool.
I'll say when the time comes that when the time comes that when the time comes that that we need your help, we will come seek. We shall come to seek you and your friends.
Cool. I think.
Yay.
He will direct. He will hold out his tentacles. These Elgins will go running into the temple, and Lucario's like, "Hey, slow down! No running in the temple." They're gonna go running into the temple. You'll see about 20 of them go running into the temple, and you will see all of them making their way out. Their the little multicolored orbs on their hands glowing as the stone is being collectively levitated with telekinesis by all of them.
All right, guys, hang on a second. As they're floating by. Sid, if you'd take that bat of yours and do the honors.
I can. Yeah. Might need some help there.
Deoxys is looking. He was like, "What are you doing?"
You said we could take a piece of it off.
Oh, that. His tentacle will stick out towards the Mega Stone, and it will kind of merge into it, almost like it was made out of liquid. And he will pull it back out, and there'll be a small stone-sized fragment of it. He will hand it to you, Jay.
Cool.
Oh.
I was waiting for that. I don't know why. I was like, I have a feeling that something along the line.
It's a common, yeah.
Extra experience, just because you actually fulfilled my expectations.
We even have a rock.
He will. Jay, Jay, you can hand it. When you touch it, you feel. Once you touch the gem, you feel something strange, and inside what you would expect around your heart.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now let me reach deep inside you and pull things out you didn't know you had.
The village elder will extend her hands to you. To take the stone.
She'll what?
She'll extend her hands to you to take the stone from you.
I will hand it to her.
All right. She will take the stone, and she will hold it up. Hold it up. She will say, she was like, "The sacred relic shall continue to protect us." Everybody was like, "Yay!" Now begin construction of a far smaller pedestal to put it on. Yay! And also, I'm saying also we must we must take we must take suggestions on what to fill the temple with all the extra space. So
Okay.
I'll say Deoxys will look at all of you. I will admit, I wish that you all were here. It was like I wish that you all were here. I wish that you all were here three encounters ago.
How long ago was that?
According to him, 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
I'll say 5 years ago when I'll say 5 years ago when I'll say 5 years ago when the previous annoyance drove me and my forces away.
So yeah, a little bit longer. I might not have been born yet. I don't know.
5 years ago, yeah, we would have been born.
Well, no. 5 years ago was when the last person was. There was another one before that.
I'm gonna say the first time I visited this planet was I'll say the first time I visited this planet was 300 years ago.
Okay, yeah, we weren't alive.
Yeah, not even born. Not even a twinkle in my grandfather's eye.
I must say, as per our agreement, I shall never return here again. I hope for your sakes that you and your friends find a way out of this village.
Well, in theory, we're supposed to be let go once we defeat you. So, since you're defeated.
He'll look at you when you say that.
Hey, for the purposes of their request, they said save the village and you go home. The village is saved.
The threat has been removed.
You are no longer a threat
peace.
to. You have, by your own admission, said you are no longer a threat to them. So.
I would argue that they were the actual threat, but I see your
I
point.
am not disputing that.
Either way, this misunderstanding, as he looks over at Lucario and they kind of just shoot each other like this kind of, I get that we're at peace now, but I still don't like you look. You know, generally you're still not happy with the person who kicks your ass 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like I will not return here. And I pray that nothing else here comes to ruin your peaceful utopia. He will take the large megastone into his tendrils as it starts to swirl down and go inside of the compartment, inside of that hole in his chest. It will start to you can see it start to break apart in the energy and swirl inside of his chest. It has been done. It's been done. Teleported to the collective.
Huzzah!
I shall return. I shall return, and my servants shall come with, as a token of my goodwill that I shall never return here again. he'll point to one of the Elgiums and it's like you, and he's like stay here, and it was like stay here and help to protect the village. Yeah.
Eh.
He will hand. He will direct the Elgin over to the village leader. He will say that he was like this. He was like this will. He was like this one here. He was like this one here is connected. This one here is connected mentally to me. It will tell me if you are ever in trouble. And she will say, and you'll come and help. And she said, and he'll be like, no, so that I was like, no. It was like, it's so that I can watch through its eyes in case he loses. Lucario,
I guess that's kind of an incentive. Do you want to look bad? Do you want to lose and look bad? I guess that's an incentive.
Yeah.
I'll say, Lucario will fold his arms and smirk. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll live long. And he's like, I don't think that you'll live as long as I will, and thus you won't live long enough to actually see that day happen. Deoxys will look at you. Will look at you all. He was like, and despite everything, thank you for your contribution. I am grateful that I had to do very good today. It is always refreshing to have. It is also always refreshing to have a more intellectual and capable mind. It's always better to be able to converse with a more intellectual and capable mind.
Well, thank you.
And to your friends, there is much ahead of you. I hope that you are ready for it.
I don't know if that should be threatening or comforting or...
It's a thing.
You know what? I'm not going to think about it.
Yeah, it's a thing.
There are, Deoxys, as his body starts to levitate and go towards the sky along with the Elgiums, there is no such thing as a threat. It was like everything is simply a chance to grow and to learn. Do not be afraid of a chance to grow.
Fair enough.
He's like, and as he is going into the sky, one day when you have grown, one day when your species has grown intelligent, capable enough, the collective will come. And we will show you the way.
The way.
I'll presume that's a good thing.
No, it is not.
We'll be around to find out.
Yeah.
I'll say it is not Reaper talk, but like I said, you've gotten the gist that the collective, as they refer to themselves, have spoken to other. I'm gonna say from that last thing, it's a heavy implication, that they have spoken to what might be other races on other planets. I don't know how your character might feel about the concept of extraterrestrial life.
I don't know if he'd have a.
What was it, Clefairies?
Yeah, let's say the theory of Pokemon from space is nothing new. So
Pokemon from space, yes.
the idea of aliens in that context is not that big a deal. Holy shit! Roll 20 did a sheet update that's actually useful. There's a box to turn off, wait for non-equipped items, and there's a box to track hit dice by class.
Oh,
Nice.
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 So I'm just going to turn those on for everybody.
Right.
Interesting.
All right. Congratulations. You guys have effectively saved the village. And I will admit, I am glad that you guys did not fight.
I'd say Lettuce was nervous about the idea of, like, combating such a being.
I mean, that would have essentially, I might say, the Elgians aren't exactly a problem. I mean, I might say all of them are between level 5 to 8. But since I might say they're only a threat to the village because no one's Pokemon here know how to fight. I'll say, yeah, that's actually something that you've noticed while being in this village is that none of these Pokemon here actually know how to use any of their moves offensively or defensively.
So they've relied so much on Lucario that they've basically all stifled.
Yeah, I might say none of these Pokemon actually know how to use their abilities to actually harm anything.
Yeah, this is kind of what I like fighting. You stay tiptoe.
Well, it's the not so much downside to peace, but it's the peace has a tendency of leading to complacency.
Yeah. But it is peace, though, so fair enough.
I say with no struggle, there's no progress.
That is why the Force is conflict, and the Sith are the Force in birth.
Oh, you saw what happened to the Jedi when they didn't actually have anyone to fight. They got complacent.
Sorry, I've been watching a YouTube channel called Doo-Doo Films, and they do particularly good quote-unquote Sith propaganda. But also other Force stuff. It's like, hey, cool.
I fully agree with the concept of the Sith anyway. I mean, they do a good job in what they do.
Yeah, but they also get criticized. But moving on.
Natural balance of assholes. You guys have protected the village, and you all pretty much have accomplished your goal. Congratulations. As you are doing that, him and his group start to levitate before they all converge into a ball of light and disappear.
Bye. Have a safe trip home.
Like wave.
Yeah.
do the standard Pokemon wide arm wave.
The village elder is going to kind of sit there and look at you and your group. There's going to be like a long 20 or 30 second kind of pause. as she stares at you. Everyone in
Yes.
the room just kind of seems to be staring at you all.
Can we help you?
I'll look at myself. Am I like disappearing?
That's what I'm about to say. She's gonna kind of like, why are you still here? You can go. And she's gonna kind of make like a little shooing motion.
We don't know how to leave. That's the problem. That's what we.
Do
But
we-
you said yourself, you won? Won? Is that the term for it? Lucar was like, technically, yes. And it was like, yeah, you won, so go.
Do. Okay, question. How did the other guy leave?
Well, he was, the great, the great red hope is, he fought the calamity. He fought the calamity in the sky in on the back of a giant dragon as his giant strange cat, his giant strange bipedal cat thing struck it with some sort of attack that caused an explosion, and him and his Pokemon disappeared in that bright flash of light, as did the calamity.
Hmm. Wait, cat thing?
Yes, it was some sort of roughly, what would you say, about 7 foot tall cat looking creature, long tail, kind of purplish underbelly, lifted
Oh, player knows.
Yeah, player knows. Character's like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
I have no clue either. We've never seen it before in this village.
Well,
So because we did the smart thing, we're stuck here. Got it.
Stop. Well,
I don't believe you're stuck here. I mean,
maybe. I don't know. Maybe we could just start walking to. You know what? Sid takes his baseball bat, tosses it up, and just lets it land on the pavement. Which way does it turn? Which way does it face?
The Vicini method.
hey, it'd be amazing.
I'm not asking where blood is. I'm just seeing where fate takes us.
Right. That's how she navigated the boat.
Which way would that be?
Hilariously enough, technically the way that you came in, south.
It's saying we should go that way. Thoughts? Unless anyone else has better ideas, y'all are smarter than I am.
Works for me.
I actually would like to ponder a momento and and see if I can recall any mythological stories from my village to see if anything could apply to this kind of situation.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a general knowledge, since it's actually your. Would that be general knowledge? It's
General education usually covers history, yeah.
yeah, general education.
Okay.
You're sitting, must say, if I remember correctly, your village actually kind of deals with. Your village actually does kind of have like, kind of deals with like history of ancient Pokemon, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, as it has been visited by a couple of legendaries in its past.
You can think of a handful. You think of a roughly about three Pokemon that it could be. Um, Unfortunately for you, none of those Pokemon that you can think of are anywhere near the size match the size requirements of what this girl is talking about.
Okay.
I'll say the only thing that you could possibly think of that's anything near cat-like would be Mew.
Sorry.
Uh, but Mew is definitely not 7 feet tall.
Oh, I agree with you there. Sorry, I should have been more specific with my request. The situation that I was talking about it applying to would be getting out of or getting moving away from a town lost to time.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you were talking about like trying to check on like.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got that too.
Okay. Let's see. Getting away from this. Um, Towns lost in time. Um, Towns lost in time, and the people who are lost within them, have a tendency to find their way out when they get out. Sometimes I say sometimes they. I might say sometimes they're sent back. That and I say sometimes some legends say that they were sent back by the deity that brought them there in the first place. Others they just kind of just as they found themselves time displaced in there, they find their way just time displaced back.
Okay. Um, I like to I like to approach the village chief, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I do have a question since we don't seem to be leaving at the moment.
Yes, this would be the case.
Uh, are you aware of any temples nearby the village uh, that could be representative of powerful Pokemon?
I'm gonna say she's gonna say there are she was like there's never been any temples around here. This is the only temple that's here, and this temple was here when I got here.
Well, he did say there was an old one sleeping under or nearby. So,
Which we're never gonna talk about again, ever, right? Please. I don't want to think about it.
Well, this does leave me with two thoughts. We agree with Sid's direction and just walk until the straight line takes us out, or we can consult with a very powerful, I'll presume it's a Pokemon. Since you mentioned a great power under here.
I believe he did say it was a dragon. So.
I'll say two options. You can either try and find what you believe is behind this village, or you can go back to what you came.
I'm open to either option at this point.
You two think?
I'm open to either option at this point.
I mean, neither option is exclusive. I mean, you can do one. If it doesn't work, you can
well, we could try walking where we think we came from, and if that turns out wrong, well, just come back here and go see the thing.
Well, yeah, but if the dragon is already here, then wouldn't it be simpler to venture forth here, and if that fails, then we can leave instead of doubling back.
Sid will kind of more like, yeah, no, just, I mean, I guess I just, when you hear words "great one," I don't usually want to mess with that, but you do bring a good point. Oh, I'm willing to do it.
I've heard great in reference to the uh, uh, to the great birds. I described what
Yeah,
we just encountered as something fantastical.
yeah, but I think he also used the word Monica old one, didn't he?
Well,
Oh
that
no.
could just be referring to age.
Yeah, and if whatever, let's just go. Let's go say the thing.
I I do believe it's some professors do think that the world was shaped by Pokemon. Wouldn't that be interesting if that's what we're going to find? Some sort of earth mover.
Okay, well, depends on what you mean. Do you mean by when you say shaped? Do you mean like the Earth was made of Pokemon or by Pokemon?
Like by like something that can move mountains.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can maybe live with that. Fair enough. I'm a little less concerned,
You know, as
but not by much.
as wild as things can be, I do generally hold uh, to the belief that uh, Pokemon and humans can accomplish great things, and that many Pokemon respect strength above all else, and that can be bravery. So even confronting this great old one, which I personally think would be great if it was a giant Dragonite, that'd be kind of awesome.
And we'll find out.
Okay. Well, in which case, where are you going?
By the sound of it, we're gonna check out the thing first, the dragon type, because it sounded like the chief knew where that was or something. Unless that was mistaken.
I'm under the impression it's like under the temple. That's the impression I'm under.
Yeah.
Which one of you can, I say, people who have the ability to read auras, more or less?
Sierra is the only one who actually has the aura reader ability.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have a bow.
That's I can tap it, but I can't see it.
Okay. The strongest presence seems, I say, the strongest presence seems to be coming from underneath the temple.
Well, sensing shit behind the under the temple, so that seems.
In your time in the temple, there doesn't seem to be a basement.
Well, obviously there's got to be some way of getting down there. This is what intuition would be for.
Okay.
So we will enter the temple, and I guess people can roll either an intuition or a perception to see if we can find anything. If anybody has any Pokemon that are good with piercing illusions, might be a good time. Like, I know my Zora was good at casting them, but I don't think it's good at getting through them.
Hey, Alma, we're going someplace exciting. As I pop her out of the ball and apparently need to heal her.
Holy shit.
She will. I'll say she'll give you kind of the look of I doubt it.
That's great. Huh. My zone alarm is blocking that. 20, huh? Nice. I rolled an 18 for intuition. Almost. Alma has a special brand.
Damn, Alma.
Jesus fuck. Okay. Shit. All right. Sid, no. Jay, no. Alma, um,
Oh, Latison is 18. Is
oh, Lattice, no.
okay.
Um, Alma, however, uh, does take notice of one particular slab where, I say one particular slab where the not so much like for like the sealant, whatever sort of like cement or whatever they use in order to, put these tiles down, doesn't seem to be the same color as the rest of it. As in, it looks as if it was a little, as that if it's not as old as the rest of it. It's a very minor thing, but it's easy for Alma to notice since her eyes are so big. And she notices one tile. I'll say one
He's
of
got the
these.
real anime eyes.
One of these giant stone slabs. Um, was not. I must say is newer than the rest. And I'll say newer is relative. By newer, essentially like, um, it's like, yeah, it's newer. This one's only made about a few hundred years.
Okay.
We'll be grateful. Um, if anyone's going to try and lift it, um, if you guys want to lift it as a group, that will make the difficulty easier. If you want to try and lift it individually, that is incredibly difficult.
I'm guessing that's athletics.
I have another thought, if I may.
Okay.
Let us look over to Sid. Look back at this obstruction. Look back over to Sid, and then as he returns his attention back to the obstruction, takes up a fighting stance towards the wall, or the obstruction.
Are you trying to break their temple?
I'm all for punching. I don't know if we should.
Well, it's like an off-color thing, right? It's like the animator off-color panel of wall for the sliding door kind of look.
Hmm. I'm just saying.
Or we can move it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to give it a shot. Just cause. See where this gets us. But I swear, if I break my hand, I will be very cross with you.
So, so Brian, I have a question. Provided you allow this, will this be a combat roll to to, to punch it really hard?
Um,
Because I'm thinking about the entire thing of you've seen. Normally it's staged, but you've seen the entire thing where you break the ice with a karate chop, kind of. You punch through the stone.
you are must say you are. If you are using a fighting type move, I will allow it to be super effective since you are technically fighting a rock.
Hold on. I need to look at my bag of tricks.
Let's see, I do have Rock Smash.
I need to look up one thing.
I know in like a more real world this would be horrible, but I'm like, nah, this is like anime.
And this is Pokemon too.
Okay.
What was that one?
What does that do?
Rock Smash, yeah. Okay, I am gonna go with Jump Kick.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Because damage base 10.
Okay, I do have a question right quick. Should I dare to use Roll20?
I always support it just because it's funny.
Okay.
20.
Go ahead and roll. About to click this.
All ones.
Middle of the road. I have to admit, I was really hoping that I would miraculously get a 20.
All right. I don't have it prepped because I have too many moves apparently, and it just keeps copying it.
Oh, actually, if you're talking about the thing in the red box, yeah,
Yes.
it kind of duplicates it, but you can continue adding moves.
I've tried. It just keeps copying. We've had this discussion before, but I have yet to just move on. So I've just been like, okay, additional moves I can do, and I have my tablet. I just look it up on. Yeah. So yeah, it's versus a C3. It is a fighting type. Oh, right. Damage.
Okay, cool. So with that, you smash up. You smash up the floor of the temple.
Yes.
The loud thunderous smash. You hear people outside like, "What's going on?"
I say we do our grand grand disappearing act.
Damn.
Okay. I guess we do that.
As you break up the floor, you see. As you break up the floor from smashing it. You will see you will see that you will see the stone that you smashed has fallen deep into a hole. You do not see a bottom. You do not see a ladder. You do not see a hole. You do not see a ladder. You do not see anything to climb down. You just see like a solid stone pathway. That it's essentially the walls almost seem like they were coated in either it was hollow, either it's like this smooth, hollowed out stone tunnel goes straight down, almost like some sort of a pit.
Okay.
Well,
Away we
shall
go, I
we?
guess.
Sid claps his hands real quick. Buddha or whoever, please look after us.
And forgive us.
And yep. And jump down.
Huzzah!
Manus, I swear, if I die, I will haunt you.
It'll be fine. Totally be fine.
All right, so you all jumped.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. So you all hit the ground. Oh, I'm sorry.
Falling doesn't scare me. The sudden stop is what makes me afraid.
All right. You all start falling intent. The speed at which you're falling. It seems to. You're falling at a normal speed. All of you are next to each other, and then out of nowhere, immediately within a split second, the speed at which you are falling triples. You feel the G-force of the pressure of how fast you're falling, pulling on you, almost as if you can feel something against your back pushing you down faster.
Boris!
It doesn't feel like gravity. It feels almost as if some giant, almost feels as if some sort of giant hand is pushing you down faster. The darkness seems to be getting some sort of a color to it, almost. That it seems to be some sort of odd, translucent purple color to it.
Oh no, we're running out, guys.
Are we running out of bounds?
I'll say Jay. I need a perception check from everybody but Jay.
For everybody but Jay?
Yeah, everyone but Jay. Smoochy Boochie.
That's...
I'm sure this is how it's supposed to work. You know, gravity,
Gravity doesn't push you further.
Maybe
There's a thing called terminal velocity.
Maybe it's, not the Olga, the other one. Not Pelagus, that's from a show. Damn it!
I'll say Um, Lattice and Sid are too busy falling to notice this. Um, Alma, however, with her all-seeing eyes, and she will notice this as her ears perk up. Alma will look over to the side, and for a brief moment, she will see she will see a large scaled, I must say, a large horned beast, a large horned four-legged beast through the darkness, um, soaring through, I must say, soaring past. Um, Almost freaking out. All you see is Alma freaking out, just kind of like waving her small arms, her eyes bulging out of her head even more than usual, as she is as she is kind of like TK fluttered herself over to you and is grabbing a hold of your waist in intense fear.
I'll put an arm around her.
I don't
Uh,
like that.
Yeah, I
Jay,
don't like it either. Okay,
Jay,
maybe this was such a good idea.
uh,
You
Jay,
think?
I must say you don't see this, but you do hear a similar sound to what you heard when you first came into this village. You hear that tremendous roar. Only now it sounds much closer.
I'll be like looking around, seeing if I can just
I think
discern
only Jay
anything
could hear
from
it,
the.
though.
For,
I think
from
Jay
the.
was the only one who heard the roar.
I say only Jay hears the
Oh,
roar.
oh, okay.
I say all of your bodies rumble, but you don't know why. Jay is the only person who hears the roar.
Hear the magic, hear the roar.
With that, that momentary passage through, through that color tinted area will pass. Each of you will continue falling, speeding up with the falling, speeding up. Darkness as it starts to envelop each of you to where you can't see each other.
Whips out the flashlight.
before before being fully enveloped in the darkness,
Okay.
Sid will loudly say to Lattice, "Yeah, I knew this was a bad idea."
And I say, with that, and I say, Sid, you'll see Jay disappear into the darkness, then Lattice, and then Heracross, and then even yourself will disappear, and you won't be able to see yourself. But you will continue to feel yourself falling.
Is this death? Is this what death is like?
Each of you will feel your, I'll say, each of you will continue falling until you feel your body jerk upwards. It's this jarring feeling of falling and then immediately going up. That feeling that you have, you 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 rocket upwards from a laying position, rocketing yourself upwards about a foot before gravity pulls you back down, and you land on a bed.
Ah,
Yeah.
Each of you wakes up in your hotel rooms that you were in Jubilife City.
Huzzah!
Okay. I will not haunt you.
Each wake up in however sort of either cold sweat or if you're Jay, cool, calm, and collected. I guess I don't know.
I don't know if he's cool, calm, and collected, but I don't think he's in a cold sweat either. Because I mean, that was still weird.
You all wake. I say you all wake up in. I say you all wake up in your beds. Kind of confused as to how you're here, why you're here. It is morning. It is morning. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. The alarm is going off.
You know, after all that, I feel like I need a nap. Sid will pull the covers back over his eyes. I'm taking a nap.
And with that, the episode will end as the camera pans out.
Nice.
Yay! We fixed a problem. We ended a calamity. Wait, Tris, you realize that what that makes Jay, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes him Link, because he ended the calamity.
Huzzah! Suck it, Ganon.
You ended Calamity Deoxys. With the power of
Pig Warlock to do it.
Yeah, you gathered the champions and you defeated them with the divine beasts.
Okay. Well, I must say that is the end of this mission. Questions, thoughts, concerns?
I'm under the impression you didn't expect the negotiation to actually work.
No, I didn't expect people to negotiate. Well, I expected there to be a negotiation, and I kind of expected someone to possibly ruin it. I mean, I planned for both.
Okay.
So I planned for both, but I was halfway expecting like a persuasion roll to go wrong. Because more or less tensions are high between these two groups.
Mm-hmm.
So it could easily go sideways. And that was the only thing I was like, yeah, this could probably go poorly if there's a bad roll. But thankfully, you guys and Jay managed to word things in such a way to where there actually didn't require a roll. Because you didn't have to convince anyone of anything because everything made sense.
That's like we just pointed out the obvious. It's like,
Hi! Let's not. You know that war you all been fighting? Let's not.
I mean, we've gamed long enough, and we've seen like, oh yeah, this will be an obvious quick fix, and then someone says the wrong thing, or does the wrong thing, or the dice basically say fuck you, and then everything goes sideways or something.
No, your character says the wrong thing.
It was like the dice. It was like, yeah, this character says this, and then they roll a persuasion roll, and then it goes all sorts of fucky, and everything was going right until it wasn't.
That reminds me of EOE. Negotiations are going great. Then someone said the wrong thing, and it almost wound up being a entire clan of people versus the party, while the party is in the center of the village.
Mm-hmm. Or one of my favorite is, you did amazing, spectacular, but you also got a despair. I don't know how you did that. Because Pan.
Nah.
Alright. Tristan, thoughts? Anything?
No, that seemed fine to me.
Okay. Oh,
I'm a little disappointed at myself. I have built a character that foils my love of action sequences.
Maybe there should have been a chase scene or something chasing us through the darkness so we hit it.
But that is not your fault. That is purely on me.
Well, because I was like, you guys can totally just fight Deoxys. I was half expecting if Sierra was here to be like, fuck yeah, I want to catch him. I'm like,
she totally would.
I'm like,
she wants all the exotics.
I'm like, you do realize that probably one good psychic attack from Deoxys will probably KO any of your Pokemon. I'm like, the only reason why Lucario stands a chance is because he's steel. Somehow. Not exactly sure what the steel part is, but fuck it. But, alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out. And thank you for the session.
Yeah,
thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
I will try to make a come up with a mission that you cannot diplomacy your way out of, so that you can beat up something.
Thank you.
It's like, hey, we're bandits. We're gonna rob you.
I mean, I've got nothing against diplomacy and all that. It's just one of those like, this is I'm an action gamer and this is Pokemon. Everything usually comes down to a Pokemon battle in some capacity. Oh shit! I talked my way out of this, and this entire character is built around talking his way out of this. Fuck.
Yeah, because there's a part I have to fight with the concept of like, man, this would be a good place for a battle, but at the same time, I don't want to be like, I know you make a great point and everything, but fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then the players are like, what was the point of that if we were just gonna have to fight anyway?
You know what might be interesting? And I think you've actually done this before. So it might be a little bit of a repeat, but like some Pokemon being like a group of Pokemon being legitimately like crazed, and it's to the point to where like it kind of overloads a Pokemon Center, and because they're crazed, even Jay's ability to link with them will just show that, oh wow, something must have poisoned their minds. So negotiation's impossible, but linking with them still can provide clues. But you have to like knock them out to a feint.
Yeah, I he didn't actually. He didn't. I don't think he's the one who ran into them. I think it was Sierra's character who ran into them. But there were Pokemon that actually were suffering from some sort of level of taint.
Yeah, I remember the cherries.
She just beat them senseless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came in and threw a bat at one.
Yeah, her and Sid basically just like beat them down.
Geez, what is her name? Sarah's character.
Murasaki.
Mm-hmm. Mara.
Yeah, I must say so. Yeah. But yes, I will. I must say. I will either try to come up with scenarios that don't i.e. ambushes.
Yeah, just have some bandits with Pokemon ambushes.
I gotta make sure I gotta make sure I don't give Tristan a chance to say, please don't fight us. I'm like, it was like, everybody roll perception. Perception, sweet. It's like, Jay, you get hit in the back of the head with a rock. Like, it's bandits. What kind of bandits? Just bandits. Want your stuff, please? No. La 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 la. We can't hear you. We're the eardrum bandits. La 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 la.
Hey. Wait. in the words of Mountain Blade Looters, you look like you got a lot of money on you. Hand it over. Stand and deliver.
Well, look what we have here. Looks like a group of protagonists.
At least it isn't Sea Raiders. I will drink from your skull.
I like how these generic villagers think they can take on the Avatar, a fully armed demigod of destruction, in a one-on-one fistfight to the death.
Well, I mean, this is Aang we're talking about. He's an airbender. He doesn't want to fight usually. He doesn't want to kill people.
And I have no choice but to beat this person to death with my bare hands.
Well, I've got to get going. Thank you, Brian, for doing this.
Thank you. And I will see you all. I will see you, two of you tomorrow and the rest of you Sunday.
Yep.
All right. Good night.
Night.
No.
Night.